Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Petero, and I'm the host for the Dream Big interview series for this year, 2015. And what a year it's been so far. I'm so delighted. My guests today, and I've got two guests. We've got today here in Qatar, Jeanine Bailey and also Marie Quigley. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Lovely to be here, Rachel. Very delighted.
And I instantly, when I connected with Jeanine and Marie, their synergy as coaches, dressed in the beautiful red and orange, really came through on the video. So thank you for being here with me, ladies.
You're welcome. And the colours weren't planned today, but as so often happens, we are often in synergy with each other.
No, it's fantastic.
Great pleasure to be here.
So today is really exciting because it's all about raising awareness around coaching here in Qatar and globally as part of International Coach Week. And so as you both know, International Coach Week is from the 18th to the 24th of May. And so I have the pleasure and the privilege to interview 7 super coaches who I know from across the globe. And so today really is about connecting with the people that have really supported me in coaching in Qatar. So today I have the founders of Empower World. We have Jeanine, who I have known for just over 7 years. And Jeanine comes to the coaching world with so many qualifications. She's an ILM coach, she's ICF accredited. She has disc profiling as well under her toolkit, and also does a lot of NLP. So, we'll talk more about that soon, Jeanine. And Marie, someone who I've connected with through Empower World as well. And Marie joins us with, again, ICF, ILM. She does a bit of Bowen technique coaching around the body, and that's really interesting as well. So, I've got 2 ladies who are more than qualified to talk about coaching. So my first question, I think I'll direct this one to Marie, is what inspired you, Marie, to come on the Dream Big interview series and be one of our Super 7 coaches?
Well, first of all, you inspired me, Rachel. It's a passion of mine and Jeanine's, I know that, to spread the word about coaching. Even before I wanted to be a coach, I talked about it to people. So sharing what I know is really important. Sharing the power of coaching, but also particularly for International Coaches Week, sharing the accreditation process, that body that supports us to be the best that we can be. So when you asked us to join this program, there was no hesitation. To me, sharing this knowledge with as many people as possible is part of our mission at Empower World.
Thank you, Marie, and it is my pleasure to have you both. And Jeanine, just building on what Marie has just said, you're obviously been in Qatar for a long time, and we talked about accrediting your coaching journey, and why is that important to you?
To be accredited.
To
be accredited. It's incredibly important. I believe that the accreditation process is very thorough. It provides the foundation to become disciplined, to strengthen and deepen our skills and knowledge. Because, as you know, Rachel, there are many people out there who call themselves coaches, and potentially they haven't gone through the process, and potentially they're doing a great job. But there are many that perhaps, if they haven't experienced and gone through such a stringent process, really understand the power of coaching and the techniques and what it's really about. Because often people think it's about giving advice, about mentoring, about guiding the client softly or hard. But it's not that at all. It really is about empowering our clients to come up with their own truth, to
come up with their own way forward. And there is an art and skill in doing that. And I believe bodies like the ICF create that experience, knowledge, and those pillars, those core competencies, create the boundaries that we work within as well, to ensure that it's ethical, good for the coachee, good for the coach, good for everybody involved.
Fantastic. I must say, I've just come off my own coaching session, and she was hearing boundaries from me during literally, I just came off, and it was so interesting. And, you know, even for me, I can say, as someone who has been through your coaching program, is that the techniques that you learn, not only for your coachees or your clients, but they are for yourself as well. You know, you really get to look deeper into, you know, what are those boundaries? What are those saboteurs that are preventing you from being the best that you can be? So, you know, it's both ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we were creating our program, Rachel, it was very important to us to get an ICF accredited program, because we know that those core competencies allow people to go deep, not just as a coach, but when you learn these competencies, you bring them into your life and you start living them. Yeah. And it can be, we know it is transformational.
Great. So let's talk about your coaching program, yeah? Because I think Empower World, I've seen it grow from strength to strength, especially in the last couple of years. And it was when you two met. I think I saw and I heard, you know, a different kind of Empower World than what I probably knew before you joined. So how did you meet?
Well,
yeah. You tell the story.
We actually, together, the two of us created Empower World. So Empower World didn't exist before we met. So I was in, I had a business with another great coach, Alison Ringrow, and we formed another Empower People. So Alison and I did in-house coach training programs. We only did one very small open program. And so when Alison left, we had created a great business. So there was lots of executive coaching and life coaching opportunities that were coming my way. So I didn't have the ability to go beyond. I couldn't offer the open programs at that stage on my own. It was just too much. So thankfully, a great client of ours, Uridu, had approached me and Alison, the former business partner, to coach around 40 to 50 senior executives. And that is when Alison had left, and I definitely needed support. And Marie had just moved to Dubai. We found each other on LinkedIn. And, so I invited Marie to meet with me to see if she would like to work with me and if she was appropriate, which thankfully she was.
Appropriate.
We found that we shared the same values. We had the same passion. We live and breathe coaching and the competencies of the ICF. So it was, so Marie started working with me and a couple of other coaches, but we really clicked and decided, yes, let's do something together. Let's keep our separate businesses and let's create Empower World with the view of training others to be coaches. And it's just grown from there, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we just decided about a year ago now to move to a deeper program, a more intense program, get it certified by or approved, approved by the ICF. And I believe since we did that, we really set our intention about this transformational coaching program that we wanted to create. And we haven't looked back since setting our intention.
I've seen you go from strength to strength.
And I think because we're so incredibly passionate about what we do, we are really focused, we're really determined, and I think that's what you have seen, Rachel, that dedication.
Yeah. And I was very lucky to go through the 6 days of training with Empower World here in Qatar. And I had a very intimate group. I think there was 5 or 6 of us. And the power of what you are teaching us, the training, the way that you bring your coaching to life, you know, in terms of being trainers as well, really resonated with me. And, you know, I knew it was the right thing. I knew it was the right time, and that you were the right people to take me on that journey. So thank you.
You're welcome. And yes, it is a 6-day program, and it's so much more than that, Rachel. So the days are 6 in number.
Yes.
But for people who haven't been through any of our programs, it's an intensive program. It's a full-on program. And there's lots of work that goes on outside between each day that you have to develop your skills. So, you know, a lot of people think, oh, 6 days I can be a coach. It's so much more than that.
It's so much more. Let me tell you, everyone, you know, there's triad work where you work with 2 other people. There's a mentoring group, which is, you know, 10 hours of online where, and you do the training, and then you go out and you do the practice. Yeah. And the recording of the coaching hours. And I have some very good news for you. I am 88 hours with 12 hours to go. I added it all up before I came onto the call.
High 5, Rachel.
Yeah,
High 5.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm really, really excited. And, you know, I would like to reiterate to anyone who is looking to do the coach training, especially here in Qatar, it is a commitment.
it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And it's a commitment for life, because actually when you go on this program, you learn so many things that do create aha moments and transformation for you that you can't not learn more about it. And
Yeah.
that's the exciting thing.
It's
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
tell me how many people have been through your program here in Qatar, and you know, so our listeners know how to connect with you. What would they expect from the program?
So we have brought possibly 70 plus coaches coming through the program.
Wow.
Remember, not all are going on to their ACC or their ICF accreditation. Some are going back into the organizations to use the skills that they've learned in their current job. And others then are looking to set up their own practice. So we have a wide variety of people. Also, some people just looking for personal development that are coming on this program as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So what can they expect when they come, Jeanine?
Transformation. You know, it's amazing. Each and every group gets so much. We know, because we get the feedback, we see it, we hear it, and we feel it. The aha moments, the real, I get it now. And because our programs are so interactive,
Yes.
experiential, it's very visible and very tangible, the transformation that does go on. So participants can expect not only to learn the skills of coaching, but to also put them into practice and also experience it like a coaching session as well. And as Marie said, with that home play in between each day, it's just like the coaching sessions in terms of we set clients set change.
So they learn what it is. They learn powerful questions. We learn to go on a journey with our clients and our own internal journey to take us from where we want to be to take us from where we are to where we want to be. We teach and share practical tools and techniques that can be used in everyday living as well.
Right.
And as you said, as you said, we're both NLP. We've both been trained in NLP, so there's quite a bit of NLP laid into our coach training. So we're really tapping into the imagination. We're going deep into the unconscious mind, and so therefore supporting our clients to really create sustainable, everlasting change if they choose it, because they may choose not to. but we're working at that unconscious level, which is where the power is.
Absolutely. And, you know, I know it, I feel it, I've seen it, I've heard it. So, yeah. So then moving sort of forward and what you're doing within Power World going forward. Yeah. So great to hear that people can sign up to your programs, you know, go through transformation, you know, as it looks for them. What's the big vision for you for Empower World going forward?
Well, as our name says, we do intend to empower as many people in the world that want to come on this journey with us. Mm-hmm. We're doing that through our foundational coach training program, which you've attended. We're doing that through our mentoring program, which you've attended. Mm-hmm. We also have some masterclasses that coaches who want to go even deeper can take part in. We have our podcast.
Yes, love the podcast.
Oh, great! Yes, it's a new thing for us, and but it so fits in with our vision.
Great.
It's to empower the world. So the podcast is about interviewing global and local leaders, finding out how they use their heart and mind to create the change or create the vision that they have, and how they empower others. And really make a difference, really make a significant impact and difference. So it really aligns with what we're about. And we have a vision for that to be across all countries, across the world. So again, that we're empowering the world through different channels. So that's one of them.
Great.
And I must say, I always, when I looked at training courses for myself, I wanted to train with people who had successful practices as well. So being a coach is fundamental to me. I don't just teach this, and Jeanine doesn't teach this. We are coaches. So having our executive coaching programs in organizations and bringing our coaches on board is also very important to us. So when our coaches become ICF accredited, we are taking them on board for projects that we just don't have the capacity to take on, and giving them that support too. So that's part of Empower World's vision.
And that's starting.
It certainly is.
It has started for a couple of years now. And we trust that as the number of participants comes through, as it grows, we'll have more demand coming through, which it comes in all the time. And, you know, at times we've had to push back on projects. So we really want to support the coaches that are coming through our program to be able to give them, as Marie said, to give them work that comes to us.
Great. So coaching is alive and well in Qatar.
It certainly is.
It is.
Great.
Yeah.
And so on a personal level, I'd like to ask you both and separately about your dream big goals for 2015. What have you set for yourself? This is all about dreaming big. So Marie, what's one of your dream big goals?
My dream, it's about to come true. I set my intention on buying another property back in the UK, and that's all going nicely and working its way into coming into manifestation right now. And that will allow me to, my goal of spending more time with my family in the UK, that's going to allow that to manifest itself. It's going to allow myself that balance from living in the Middle East and being in the UK, and creating that balance for me that is really important in 2015.
Fantastic. Congratulations on the house.
Thank you.
And Jeanine?
Yeah, so I feel my intentions coming to fruition. I have a husband who's English, and I'm from Australia, and my mother is still in Australia, so my intention is to be able to spend more time with her, and to be able to spend time in the UK. So we're lucky in Qatar. In the summer, things slow down, so there's a great opportunity to be able to be back in Australia for some time, and then later in the year for my husband's big birthday to be back there, to do more travel, to write a book, both of us.
Wow.
Empower World book, and to really have the podcast out there, and to get more more and more support, back-end support, so that we can create more balance in our life, which is, I know it's going to happen. So.
Wow. And, anything that I can do to support, this is one of the ways that I can support you, by making sure that you're part of the Dream Big interview series. And people will be watching, people will be listening, feeling exactly what your goals are. And people will hear and come on board, and will hear what they want to hear. So it's
when they're ready to hear it.
Yeah. Exactly. So with everything wrapping up, what is the one thing that you would like listeners to know about coaching? And from a personal or business perspective, what is the one thing that you would like to leave listeners with today?
Good question. So for me, coaching is a partnership and a relationship that is like no other. You go to places in this coaching journey that you cannot even imagine, to create the transformation that is so powerful it can take you to the next level of your life. So coaching is personal, and it just opens your heart.
Fantastic. Thank you, Marie.
And I don't think I can say it much better than that, really. I think Marie has said it all. And so based on that, I would say, should I say the Nike, just do it? Just do it. Or find someone that you can work with that enables you that opportunity to experience it without having to commit, just to experience it. So that, because once you, as you know, Rachel, once you experience it, as Marie said, it's like no other conversation. It's like no other thing that I think we can compare it to, because it's all about us and unlocking our potential, identifying who we truly are, and being authentic to that in a way that brings out our courage, our love, our strength, in an empowering way that allows us to let go of all of our baggage and be free.
And if you have a gift as a coach, if you want to do this work, do it, because people need you. Yes. So don't sit there and think about it. Do it. Coach. Get trained. Get accredited, and make the life you want for yourself.
Or be coached to experience just
that. Yeah. And I would just wrap it up by saying everyone as a coach who I've met has their own unique style. They have their own unique talent that certain individuals, certain people will connect with you for. So there are never enough coaches in the world, is what I would say.
Yeah. Don't let the world miss out on your unique gift and talents and strength.
Absolutely.
The world will be a better place if we step into our authentic self.
Great. Well, ladies, it has been a privilege and an honor, and it's been so inspiring to hear you. And I know the listeners will connect with you. How can they connect with you? Through social media or email? How can they do that?
So our website is www.empower-world.com. And our general email address is support@empower-world.com. We also have a Facebook page, so just search Empower World. We also, we're on LinkedIn, Instagram, quite new, and Twitter. We're quite new there too. So, but that's starting to pick up pace.
And you can go to iTunes and find our leadership podcast, Empower World. And if you're not an iPhone user, if you're an Android user, you can go onto Stitcher and find us on there. So, and all of that information is on our website, so you can get in touch with us in many ways.
Great.
And the podcast it's a 20-minute interview like you're doing, Rachel, and it is with people that are really making a difference, and they're sharing their ideas and their tips and how you know how they created their success and how they lead with passion.
Fantastic. So on that note, and thank you for your passion. Thank you for your inspiration. And, you know, I'm just really, really honored to know you both and have you in my life. So thank you very much. And go well for the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Rachel. And same to you. Keep going. You're doing amazing work.
Yeah. Inspiring so many across the world.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, and good night.
Good